All right, so you're a solo founder, you've got this big idea, and you're ready to get started. Well, you're in the right place. We're going to cut through all the noise and give you a super clear, actionable guide to get your startup off the ground. Let's just dive right in.
So you've probably seen it, right? That headline floating around. Get $350,000 from Google to start your business. It's everywhere. I mean, wow. That sounds like the ultimate golden ticket, the dream launchpad. But is it for real? Is it really that simple?
Okay, so let's get right to it. Is that offer real? Well, yes and no. And that's where the confusion comes in. See, the myth is that this huge chunk of change is just sitting there for any new startup. But the reality? It's a lot more specific. This is for funded, AI-first startups. We're talking companies that have already locked down their seed or even Series A investment. So here's the key. This isn't starting money. It's scaling money. It's for businesses that are already up and running and ready to hit the gas.
So, what's the actual realistic number for someone like you? A solo founder, just starting out, no funding yet. It's this, up to $2,000. Now, hold on, don't get bummed out. This is the real starting line. This is the accessible number, the one you can actually get. And trust me, as we're about to see, this $2,000 is an incredibly valuable launchpad.
All right, first things first, let's properly unpack this credit situation so you know exactly what you can get your hands on like today.
So here's a look at the two different worlds, really. You've got the start tier. That's the $2,000 we were just talking about. This is for unfunded startups. That's your front door. And then way over on the other side, that's the big one, the AI-first scale tier, the $350,000. See it as the end goal. It just makes the whole path crystal clear, right? You start here with this first super valuable step.
Okay, credit's clarified. Now for the really important part. How do you take this idea in your head and turn it into a real legal business? Let's get into the nuts and bolts of making it official. Now, this might look kind of intimidating, like a ton of paperwork, but a sole proprietorship is honestly one of the simplest ways to get going. You pick a name, you register it if it's not your own, that's what a DBA is, you get a tax ID if you think you might hire someone, check on any local permits, and, crucially, open a separate business bank account. It's a pretty straightforward checklist to become official.
But, and this is a big but, here's the major trade-off you need to know about a sole proprietorship. It's easy and it's cheap, yes, but that's because there's no legal wall between you and the business. What does that mean? It means your personal stuff, your house, your car, it's not protected if the business gets into debt or faces a lawsuit. It's a fantastic place to start, for sure, but you have to keep this in the back of your mind as you grow.
And that brings us to the secret weapon for early-stage founders, the DBA, or doing business as. It won't give you that legal protection we just talked about, but it gives you something else that's almost as valuable at the start, professionalism. For just a small fee, you can operate under a cool business name, open that business bank account, and just look legit. It's a super simple hack for instant credibility.
Speaking of looking professional, let's talk about your email. Come on, you can't be using a personal Gmail address. It just doesn't fly. With Google Workspace, you've got a choice. The individual edition, well, it's still tied to your personal email. But the Business Starter edition lets you create a custom address. You know, you@yourcompany.com. It's a tiny investment, but the boost in how seriously people take you, it's massive.
Okay, so you're a real business now. You've got a professional email. What's next? It's time to assemble your toolkit. These are the things you'll actually use to build, to learn, and to grow this company of yours.
Remember that $2,000 credit? It's so much more than just the money. Look at what you're really getting here with the start tier. You get the cash, obviously, to cover building and testing. You also get $200 in credits for skills training, so you can learn what you need to know for free. And this might be the most important part. You get access to a global startup network. You're not alone in this.
You know, we all think of a business plan as this big, stuffy document you write for investors. Forget that. When you're a solo founder, the business plan is for you. It's your personal roadmap, your internal compass. It's what keeps you honest, keeps you focused on your goals, and holds you accountable when there's nobody else around to do it.
And hey, if you ever start thinking, man, this is impossible to do alone, just look at this. Jeff Bezos kicked off Amazon in a garage. Piero Midyar built eBay all by himself. And look at more recent examples, like Peter Levels,
who bootstrapped Nomad List to over $3 million a year in revenue. All solo. You're walking a path that can lead to some pretty incredible places.
Okay, let's pull all these pieces together. For this last part, we're going to lay everything out in a simple, step-by-step roadmap that can guide you from this very moment forward.
When you boil it all down, the journey really just has 3 main phases. Phase 1 is your foundation. That means defining your niche and writing that business plan for yourself. Phase 2 is the launch, getting legally set up, getting your pro tools in place. And phase 3 is scaling. That's when you use those credits to build, to tweak, and to go find your customers. And while you're on that road, just keep these lessons from other successful founders in your pocket. First, bootstrap. Make money early so you're not depending on anyone else. Second, get hyper-specific. Don't try to be everything to everyone. Triple downsize your niche. Third, use all the amazing digital tools out there to stay lean and mean. And last, just launch. Get a simple version out there fast, and then listen to what your users tell you.
So, there it is. The big $350,000 myth is busted, but what's left is something way better. A real, actual path forward. You've got the tools, you've got the inspiration, you've got the roadmap. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?